Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name's Lisa Cotter and today we're going to do a flip through of the Fierce and Fancy Fantasy Faces line art and grayscale pocket size colouring book by Hannah Lynn. Now this was released this week, so it's only been out a week on Amazon in this pocket sized. She does have the bigger size on Amazon with two different paper types. One is the better paper and one is not as good paper. As well, on her website she has it available as a PDF, so you can actually print it out yourself. Now I do own it as a PDF, but I do like to have these little pocket size books for when I just want to colour and enjoy myself. So let's take a look. So on the front cover you sort of have a preview of a grayscale here and then the line art here. There's a beautiful girl all coloured in. She looks beautiful and I love this blue. This is really different from her other book. Now on the back there is 25 designs and 2 copies of each. And so this says, "Let the mesmerising eyes of the whimsy girls draw you in this fierce and fancy colouring adventure, featuring 25 close-up illustrations of Hannah Lynn's signature fantasy faces. This book includes 2 versions of each page, 1 shaded grayscale and 1 classic line art, for a total of 50 pages to colour. Perfect size for on the go or shorter colouring sessions." And then she has her signature there and a link to her website, which is at hannalyn.com. But I will put that in the description below so you can go and visit her website. Now she does have an Etsy store as well, so I'll try and remember to put that in as well. So let's take a look inside. So on the front page, this is the front page there. You have the Fierce and Fancy Fantasy Faces line art and grayscale pocket sized, and it's uncoloured, so you can colour this in yourself, and it sort of shows your grayscale as well as a line art. And basically as information on her website again, her copyright information. This was done in 2023, so that's fantastic. So let's get started fully. So on the first page there is the thumbnails. Now I've seen people actually colour these in and cut them out and put them into their diaries or colouring diaries, and that's a cute idea. You could do sort of like collectible cards of these little thumbnails of her different books. And then it goes on to the next one. So all of these, if I bring that up, have the name of the page. So that's really cute. So those images are lovely. So let's have a look at the images. So again, this is the line art version. It still has, like similar to her original pocket sized books, she has a border. Now with the PDFs there is no border, so just to let you know. So this here, but I like actually having the border in. It sort of keeps your images so you sort of have that nice clean edge, though mine don't always keep clean. So that's the first page there, and then there is the grayscale version, and I really feel these grayscale is really well done. I know Hannah Lynn is newer to grayscaling, but she's done a very good job. And grayscale is really good for people who would like to learn how to shade, because basically the grayscale is doing the shading for you. And one day I will do a tutorial on doing a grayscale image. Like, you still use your darker tones here going into your lighter ones, but it sort of shows you where the shadows are compared to the light. But no, that's a fantastic grayscale there, and it's a beautiful image. Like, look at that face. And there's a steampunk image. I really like this one. With the clouds. That'll look fantastic coloured. And there is the grayscale version. So again, I think that she's done a really good job balancing the line art to the grayscale. I like both versions. And this one reminds me of Marie Antoinette. It's probably the hair and the cakes. It's funny when you look at an image and you see it coloured. If you can vision that and you know what colours you'd use, you know you've really gotten started with your colouring. And this is a fantastic book because they are single-sided. So you can use your alcohol markers. Just put some paper in between that, and then that way it won't damage the other pages, but you can use your alcohol markers as a base or just use your alcohol markers. So these are beautiful images. Lynn's just done an amazing job with these, because all the images are different. They're not all samey, and I really like that. And there's not so much background. It's just you've got the image there and you work bit by bit, and being this size, you can easily get this done in a night, or I could. So there's that one there. I love the faces. They're very dreamy looking, if you see that face there. With those super long eyelashes. And I like this one. It looks like it's a winter type image. She's having a cup of coffee or a cup of tea. Nice and warm inside while it's raining. But she does such a beautiful job. And if you want a smaller book, this one is definitely really good. So this one's like a little dragon there. But that's what I like about this book, is every image is completely different. They're not all the same types and this is one of my favourite pages here. I love this page. This reminds me of the one in her Christmas book that I coloured in 2 Christmases ago now. And this is the one I actually printed out to do next on my PDFs. That would be good for Valentine's Day. She's got a love heart lollipop. And I was just saying the other day that it was hard to find love heart images that I want to do for Valentine's Day, and that might be an easy one for me to do. But having 2 of each image is really convenient too, especially if you decide to join a buddy colour, or you want to do an image 1 year and then go back and do it again. You've got that option. So this is fantastic. This little elf with the little mushrooms. She looks very sweet. And now a vampire. I could see this being done especially for Halloween. She's got her bites on her neck. I like this one with the dragon around her neck. You could sort of do this as a Game of Thrones theme. Drainies with her dragon. And this one doesn't have as many eyelashes there, I've just noticed. So she does do some unique ones. And here's one would be fantastic for May, or May, doing your mermaids in May. I don't know if you guys all do that in May, but last year we were all doing mermaids. I like the grayscale. And they all look to be the same orientation. With her original one, she had some that were lengthways, but I prefer them being this way. But this is a really good book. There's a little something for everyone. And this image reminds me of Tinkerbell. She's very cute. There you go, there's with all the fruit and the flowers in her hair. And this one definitely reminds me of Elsa. I could see this being an Elsa themed page, especially if you like Disney. It's a beautiful picture, this one. And the grayscale is really lovely. And this one is definitely Alice in Wonderland themed. And I really like this. This is very groovy. The grayscale is really cool too. And that's a really lovely one. But there's definitely an image for everyone. And there, this one's, she's got her books. She looks like she's been reading. I really like this. She looks like she's a fairy. And this one is definitely Snow White, I think. I'm not sure if it'd be Snow White or the Queen. You could do it any way you'd like. A teacup fairy, that's really adorable. The Medusa. You'd definitely be turned to stone looking at all them snakes. I love this one, being in the bathtub. Her hair's all wet. But who wouldn't want to soak in that tub? I love that tub. But that's a really cool one. And this one here, which I've actually done this. This is the actual line art version, but I actually did the grayscale version, which you may have seen with my finished colouring pages. And there's the grayscale version. So I'll be able to colour it all over again, which I actually enjoyed. It was very fun. And then it just says this was printed, manufactured by amazon.com.au, Sydney, New South Wales, Australia. But I'm sure whatever country you're from, it'll say that details. So that was a flip through of the Fierce and Fantasy Fantasy Faces Line Art and Grayscale pocket size colouring book. And you don't know how many times I've messed up saying fierce and fancy. I keep saying fierce and fantasy. I'll get there. So I hope you enjoyed that flip through. That is such a lovely little book, and we will definitely be doing some colour alongs in this little book. Another beautiful book by Lynn, and this has been my first flip through, so I hope you enjoyed it. So thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, why not press like and subscribe, and come back soon for more flip throughs and colour alongs and other videos that I come up with. And take care, have a nice day, and happy colouring or happy arting, whatever you'd like to call it. And see you later.